How's it going, folks? George from the Realmcast here at the San Diego Comic-Con 2013. We're here at the Hasbro booth, which is known for everything and anything you can think of with toys, but specifically, aside from G.I. Joe, Marvel. And I'm here with the man behind the marvelous figures that we can get here. Why don't you go introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dwight Stoll. I'm a senior design manager on the Marvel brand at Hasbro.
Awesome. Now, those of you that don't know, this man used to work on G.I. Joe. And God bless him for the things that he did. But he brought that magical touch over to the Marvel brand. So why don't you give us an idea of what's going on with Marvel now, some of the things to come, so that the fans can know what they can expect.
Okay, well, yeah, this weekend at Comic-Con, we've got a whole plethora of product that's out now or coming out between now and the end of the year for all of our Marvel brands. Our Wolverine line, Iron Man 3, showing how that's going to wrap up, Ultimate Spider-Man, Avengers. Am I forgetting something? Oh, and our collector brands. Yes, I'm forgetting something. Marvel Legends and Marvel Universe. So all of those are here today. We have a couple of great exclusives for the Marvel side of the business here. We have the Deadpool Core taco truck with all the team members inside in a taco box in taco shells themselves.
That's awesome. Whatever team was behind thinking that up, great. Because like, you could have just put them in a white box. But you guys thought taco truck in taco shell packaging.
We sat around a conference table last year about this time, and I go, all right, guys, I want to do Deadpool Core. Help me make it the best thing we've ever done, because our exclusives last year with the Monster Helicarrier, we're like, we have to top it, but how? So our copywriter Matt's like, well, what if we put them in a Happy Meal? And we're like, Happy Meal? That's pretty crazy. And someone's like, well, he likes tacos. You know, it could be like a taco Happy Meal, like from Taco Bell or something like that. I'm like, that's pretty awesome too. And that evolved into the taco truck. That involved to actually put them into taco shells, and every piece of the team had a different type of influence. I kept spinning it. It's like better, 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 ridiculously fun and awesome, winner. That's what we did.
So that's a picture of those are the Marvel Universe size, right? And then the other special you got is the Marvel Legends for Comic-Con exclusive.
Yes.
What's involved with that one?
This year for Marvel Legends, we have a monstrous, approximately 24-inch Thunderbolts tower. That showcases the era of Thunderbolts when they were jumping through time, trying to get back to this current era. And inside of the tower is 5 of the Thunderbolts characters. You have modern Luke Cage, which has been a fan ask for quite a while. You have Judith Chambers. You have the lovely Moonstone. And you have Ghost, which actually ended up being my favorite character in the set, thanks to our engineer's persistence saying that it must be in there. And then last but not least, Crossbones with a massive arm cannon.
I mean, you guys have definitely brought it with the Marvel brand, and for those of you at home, be sure to check our galleries, full galleries of the Marvel section, as well as the rest of the Hasbro area. But specifically, I have a question because some concern has been brought up. A lot of us at the Realmcast collect the Marvel Universe figures.
Okay.
We love those figures, great selection. We've heard coming into con that line is going to be coming to an end to pave the way for the Avengers Assemble line. Can you give us a little bit of insight on that?
That's pretty close to what's happened, but not quite. So Marvel Universe, oh, my voice just cracked, like that was great. Marvel Universe is evolving into its next stage. So what that means is the Marvel Universe brand name is going away, and those figures from the Marvel Universe line are going to be rebranded as Avengers for next year. So same sculpts, same amount of deco, same amount of articulation, same amount of classic comic character selections. Not based off of the show, not based off of the movie. So the brand, but they'll be Avengers themed for the year. So that's
likely because those characters are going to be guesting on the new show and things like that?
Yeah, I'm certain that a lot of those characters will have Marvel does such a great job of putting a plethora of Marvel heroes and villains as guest stars in all of their animations. So yeah, I would say there's a very good chance that a decent amount of those action figures will have an appearance on the show. But also, we're also not closing the door on other comic versions that are even more odd or in the different little minutia of Marvel.
And now, will that affect the 2-packs as well, the comic 2-packs that you guys have?
It does. For now, the comic 2-packs will be ending, and we'll be focusing on the single-carded Avengers versions.
And this in no way is going to affect the Marvel Legends line?
I'm sorry?
The Marvel Legends line, is this going to affect that in any way?
Marvel Legends is also evolving. So next year, what we're finding out is we're having so much fantastic success with our Iron Man 3 Legends, and now that the Marvel movies rather are getting so just monstrously big, so many people want the movie characters, and there's still a ton of people that want the classic characters. So we're moving the brands to our big hit movies of the year. So next year, for instance, we're going to do 3 waves of Marvel Legends planned as of today. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and a wave for Guardians of the Galaxy. So all 3 of those waves will be a mixture of movie characters from the hit films, as well as some classic tie-ins to comic lore.
Now, I have a question if you can give me a little bit of insight. So I'm a father.
Okay.
I have 2 kids, all right? Avengers movie, of course, they loved it, as did I. Hit the stores, go get them the Avengers figures. Now, I could get them all the Avengers. I couldn't get them anyone to fight. So who are they going to avenge? Give us a little bit of insight into the madness that goes into, like, how do we pick? I know that an Iron Man is always going to sell 30 times over, but if the good guys don't have a bad guy to fight,
you gotta have someone to punch.
Right.
Clearly, you need someone to punch.
And I think like what with the Chitauri villains, those didn't come out till, was it the second or third wave?
The Chitauris, yeah, they came out at the very, very end of the Avengers run.
And so that's the concern. So when you hear like, the Marvel Universe going to the Avengers Assemble line, but that's not going to be the case. It's essentially the same variety, just the name is changing. It's almost just like the next series of the wave.
Correct. When as the studios are creating their movies, they're always working on the costumes for their heroes first because they're actually filming their heroes. But when you have the characters like the villains, in the case of the Chitauri, which were aliens and were done CGI, that was developed later in the process. So to avoid, and we just didn't have the reference when we created the beginning of the line, so it took a little bit longer to get them out.
Makes perfect sense now. See, for someone who just sits at home and buys toys, I don't think of it at that level, and that's why I wanted you guys out there in internet land to just get some insight into that. So that's good to know.
Yeah. It's just it's the speed of what it takes us to produce a toy versus the speed of what it takes Marvel to create a movie, and it's a very challenging formula to try to figure out how we weave that all together and to get the right characters in the most accurate costumes as possible. While it's challenging, it's still a whole heck of a lot of fun.
Now, you've been on the Marvel line now for how long?
I started working on the Marvel line in 2006.
So we're going on, wow, it's 7 years now, right?
7 years now. Yeah, I've been on Marvel now longer than any brands in my past.
Okay, so then final question.
Okay.
7 years now, going into the next evolution of the Marvel line.
Yep.
What would be the dream thing for you to do be it Legends or the Universe size, which is now going to be Avengers Assemble? Like, what's the thing that you would like to do, like to see happen?
Oh man, that's a fantastic question, and I don't have to cop out on that one because I don't know. I'm so excited for Avengers 2, and we're going to be kicking off development on that in just a few short weeks. So I would have to say I'm going to have to hold that thought till I see what type of amazement Marvel hits us with very, very shortly, and then maybe come back to you.
And see, guys, that's the thing. For those of you out there that do buy these toys, Dwight is a true fan of all of this stuff. And to have a fanboy working on these things, that's what keeps the quality so high and makes it worth that hard-earned money that you spend on it. So from the Realmcast, this is George signing off at Comic-Con. Dwight, thank you very much.
Thanks for visiting the Hasbro booth. Good seeing you again.
See you next year.
Sounds great.